Good morning guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Firstly, please ignore the mess just behind me here. That is what we're going to be dealing with today. And this pile of stuff behind me here is what we're going to be using to deal with it. So please ignore what's going on in the background. But if you saw my last video, I went through all my favourite cleaning products, my must-haves, my dailies, my go-tos, and I just thought it'd be quite good to do a whole house clean and use those so you can see how I actually use them in action. So the plan of action is, it is just coming up to 8:30 now. I need to leave the house at 9:30 this morning for my nail appointment. And obviously I do have to get some work done at some point as well today. So I'm giving myself 2 1-hour windows. I'm thinking if I can get the upstairs done 8:30 till 9:30 this morning, then I'll go for my nail appointment. Should be back from there about 11, and then I can get the downstairs done 11 till 12 maybe, and then I really need to get some work done. So that's the idea, that's the structure of what we're aiming for. So based on those timings, this is not going to be a deep clean, pulling out all the furniture, that kind of thing. It's just going to be it's a Friday morning, we're having a refresh for the weekend, but the house is going to feel super clean and it's going to be cleaner after this. So I'm going to work out what products I need to start with. I've got this little caddy which I find super helpful, so I'm just going to pick out what products I want to use upstairs to start with, then I take them upstairs in this. It just makes it all a lot easier. So let's go and pick those out. So this will likely look very familiar for you if you saw my last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it linked in the description box so you kind of know what we're talking about. So I'm not going to go through all this again. The only things I'm going to take out is the Pink Stuff Oxy Stain Remover, because I'm not doing any laundry in this video. For once, my laundry basket is actually empty, so I don't need that, which is nice. I've also just taken my steam cleaner out of this pile because I feel like steam cleaning isn't something that you can just do quickly while you're doing a quick casual clean. So that would be a whole different video if you did want to see that. I do have the Dishmatic sponge that I talked about for damp dusting, but I'm going to use my old one because I feel like I don't want to get the new one dirty yet. But this is why I didn't show you the other one in the video. It's all a bit disgusting. But let's start by getting the bits together. I'm going to start with, we're going to go upstairs and I'm going to get our bedroom, the guest room and the dressing room done. So I don't need much for that, but I do need the multi-purpose cleaner. I need the window cleaner and handle. I need a damp duster. We're going to do the windows today. Oh, go on, Lou. Yeah, right. Dishmatic and the Pink Stuff for that. We're going to need a carpet refresh. We're going to need the carpet stain remover. What else do we need? Oh, we need the fabric refresher. Oh, my box is getting rather full. Let's just stack this on the side then. We need, well, these are all bathroom bits. I'm going to come back and do bathroom later. We're going to need cloths. We're going to need this for the carpet. I think that's everything we need for now. Okay, let's get upstairs and see how we get on. So I thought we'd start upstairs in the bedroom today, and of course I'm going to start by flinging open that bedroom window. We do actually sleep with our bedroom window open ever so slightly on a lock, but I just like to fling it open properly in the morning whilst I'm making the bed, just to get as much fresh air in as possible. Now I like to start every day with making the bed. I usually like to just fling the duvet back for an hour or so whilst I'm getting ready, just to let it air, and then I come back and make it, and it just feels like it sets me up properly for the day. And every time I come up the stairs, at least that one room is looking tidy, even if the rest of the house is looking like a bit of a dump. Once the beds are all made, I just like to give it all a quick freshen up with the Spruce fabric refresher before moving on to dusting the bedside tables. Now, does anyone else just find that their bedside tables get so dusty? I don't know what it is, but I feel like they need dusting every sort of 3 or 4 days. I don't know if it's the kind of thing that I just spot and therefore it annoys me, so I have to keep on top of it, or whether anyone else just finds that their bedside tables get like this too. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Now, if you've watched my shorts before, you might remember that I was really scared to start cleaning my TV screens properly because I'd seen so many horror stories of people using the wrong products and damaging their TVs, and then the screens sort of never working properly again. So naturally, I asked you guys what you thought I should do, and you all said that using a window and glass cleaner was absolutely fine on your TV screens. So I spray the Pink Stuff window and glass cleaner onto the microfiber pad, and then I wipe the screen with that, and it works really well. I seem to be finding cobwebs left, right and centre at the moment, so I thought it was about time that I properly dusted behind these curtains and behind the blinds. Admittedly, this isn't something I do all that often, but at this time of year I just find that there can be some spiders or cobwebs hiding behind there, so I do try and keep on top of it. Now this is very much a lazy blinds clean. If I was cleaning these properly, I would probably be using a cloth and some disinfectant and really getting in there to make sure that all the dust is off. But as I say, this isn't a deep clean today, this is a quick once over. I find that just keeping on top of dusting my blinds means that when I do come around to clean them properly, it's not such a daunting task. So moving on to my dressing room, which is kind of my dumping ground, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like everyone has that one room that just accumulates clutter and mess, and this is that room for me. So before I can ever crack on with cleaning my dressing room, I always have to start with a bit of a tidy. I absolutely love this little grey caddy that you can just see me topping up with all my bits from my dressing table. I like to store all my everyday products in here, so they're super accessible, I know where they all are, and they're not sort of put away in drawers and hard to get to. Well, I say that, if the plan works, I'm supposed to put all my stuff back in there so I know where everything is. As you can see, it would appear that I don't always do that. So anyway, the intentions are there, and I love knowing where everything is. So this is definitely the room that I use my Astonish carpet and upholstery cleaner in the most, as obviously this is the room I do my makeup on, so naturally it has the most spillages. There is always one or two little marks that I need to get out from under this chair, so all I do is spray the product directly onto the carpet. I then use the stiff brush just to work it in, and then I go over it with a damp cloth. One thing I should probably mention is I always like to use a white cloth when I'm using it to sort of dab out a product, as I just have this fear of colour running onto my cream carpets. Like if I was to use a pink cloth, the thought of the pink dye running onto my carpet makes me very anxious, so I just like to use a white one just to be safe. To use my pink stuff window and glass cleaning kit again. As you can see, it works so well on these big mirrors, but also I'm using it on that shiny chrome base of my lamp, and it just makes sure that there's no smears. I absolutely love this, but honestly, anything shiny. I'm very aware that it sounds like I'm just talking about dust a lot, but I think it's something that I notice a lot in my own home, so therefore it's at the forefront of my mind when I'm cleaning. Sorry about that. But I'm just giving my wardrobes a quick hoover out. But to be honest, they don't really need this half as much as they used to, as I now have one of these Shark air purifiers. I really rate this air purifier. It's great for just collecting those extra little bits of dust, and as you can see, the filters just slide in and out, and I just hoover them out when I remember. So sometimes that can be once a week, sometimes that can be once a month, but it's very satisfying to see how much dust is collected that you haven't had to clean up yourself. So I really rate this. So this is a room that you guys don't really see that often on my vlogs or shorts, as it's a room that I don't really go into that much. It's our spare room, and it's a room that Connor uses his wardrobes in here, so I put his clean laundry in here for him to put that away. It's got a little ensuite, which again Connor uses, Connor cleans, but apart from that, it's not really a room we use all that often. So it only really needs a quick little clean. I'm just going to give everything a quick dust, whiz round with the hoover, and to be honest, that is about it for this room. Now, I do feel like I'm cheating you guys out of a bathroom clean in this video, but I'm just going to be honest with you and say that I cleaned my bathroom yesterday. It just doesn't really need it. Having said that, I do still like to give my bathroom sink and toilet a quick clean every single day just to make sure that they stay super fresh. So I will show you me doing that. I am using the Cillit Bang bathroom cleaner along with a Minky, and not only do I use this on the sink, I use this on the tiles. I use this to get into the corners when I'm cleaning it, giving it a bit more of a deep clean. So I really like this stuff. As you guys know, I really do like to use biodegradable wipes on the toilets just so I can get rid of them once I've used them. I know a lot of people use cloths, and to be honest, I used to, but it now just feels a bit germy to me, so I quite like the idea of using a wipe on my toilet now. So this is the pumice stone in action for getting rid of the limescale hard watermarks on the back of your toilet. So yeah, I feel like our toilet, just along with many other people's, just seems to leak ever so slightly at the back, and it leaves that kind of orange dribble mark where the water has kind of gone hard, which is not the most attractive thing to see in the toilet. So I just like to give it a good scrub with this, and it seems to really help. Again, I feel like I'm doing you guys a disservice here because, to be honest, my shower just doesn't need a clean. But what I will do is use the Pink Stuff window and glass cleaning kit and the handle just to go over the glass, just to make sure that it's completely smear free. Please tell me that other people's landing or hallway looks like this at the end of a clean, because I don't know about you, if I'm, say, cleaning my dressing room and there's things in there that I need to put away and I just can't really work out what I'm doing with them at that moment, I just get rid of them. I just dump them on the landing and I feel like I deal with it later. But now is the later. I now have to deal with all those things. So I always have to start my landing clean by just clearing everything out of the way, and then I will give it a dust and a hoover. Onto the kitchen, which is again another room which always just needs a tidy before I can even start cleaning. I don't know about you guys, I don't know if it's a work from home thing, but our kitchen just always seems to have stuff on the side during the day. So let's get that sorted first. I know I moan about this a lot as well, but obviously we don't have a dishwasher. So again, the washing up just feels like a constant carousel in the house. We do take it in turns. Well, we take it in turns-ish, but to be honest, it triggers me more than it triggers Connor. So if there's stuff building up on the side, then I just tend to get on with it and get it drying. Now that the washing up is done, I'm just going to go around the worktops using the Dettol spray and one of the Sainsbury's cloths. So we actually used to have a stainless steel backsplash, which was just the most impractical thing ever, because you had to clean it and then you had to buff it and then you had to get rid of all the streaks, and it was just such a long task. So I am now loving that our backsplash is tiled and I can just go over it with a Dishmatic. This has got washing up liquid and water in it, and I just go over it with a cloth just to take off the residue. It's great. But moving on to the hob itself, I've just put some Cif on the hob, and again I'm going to go over it with my Dishmatic. Once I've given that all a good scrub, I'm just going to use one of the Dishmatic cloths that I showed you earlier to take off the residue. I know I've been raving about these cloths quite a bit recently, but I'm also absolutely loving the new Pink Stuff cloths. They are so good for buffing. So this has just left my hob completely smear free. I know that you guys have seen me clean my sink more than you've probably seen me clean anything else in my home, but I just love a clean sink. I think it makes your kitchen feel so fresh. I am of course using the Cif Cream Cleaner and a Dishmatic, which just gets rid of all the marks, all the lime scale, everything like that, so it's great. So this is still a relatively new kitchen tap to us. We've had it about 2 weeks and I'm still loving the hosey attachment thing, and it's really good for just rinsing things away on the sink and all the suds once you clean the sink too. Only thing is, watching this back, I realise I probably am a bit too liberal with it, as the amount of water that I've got down the back of the sink is just ridiculous. So watching this back has made me realise I probably need to be a bit more careful with it. But once I've cleaned up all my spillages across the back of the sink, I am just giving the tiles a wipe down at the back too. And just finishing off this kitchen clean by giving the cupboards a quick once over. If you guys have cupboards like this, you'll know that they just seem to show every single smear or finger mark. So again, I have to do this quite often, but the Pink Stuff window and glass cleaning kit is absolutely great for this. So I just need to apologise for a couple of dodgy camera angles here, because I thought that I'd set the camera up to be able to see both me cleaning the radiator cabinet and the mirror, but it would appear not. So once I've dusted the radiator cabinet, I am moving on to the mirror, but you wouldn't be able to see that. You're only kind of seeing my legs, which is great. Once everything has been dusted, we're just going to finish off the hallway with a hoover and mop. And I also did the kitchen floor here. I just didn't film it because, to be honest, I just forgot, but I did do the kitchen floor as well with the hoover and the mop. So the mop I'm using here is of course the Squeezy Peasy mop, which you can see is just super easy to use, and I really like this. Now we do actually have a downstairs loo coming off our hallway, which I did give a quick once over, but to be honest I didn't film it because I thought there's nothing I'm going to clean in there that you guys haven't seen me clean in the main bathroom upstairs. So I didn't want this to be too boring for you, so I just gave the downstairs loo a quick clean but spared you the details. We are on to the final room, the living room, where to be honest I was running out of both motivation and time, so this really was a very quick clean in here. So I just started off by giving the walls a quick hoover. I didn't give them a hoover, I gave them a dust, as of course it's cobweb season, and then I moved on to giving the chairs a quick hoover as well. that is one side of the living room done, so just time to switch it around and do kind of the same thing but on the other side. So I'm just giving the TV unit a bit of a dust, then I'm going to give the TV screen a bit of a clean the same way I did the one upstairs, followed by just cleaning down and dusting the mirror on the wall there too. And no living room clean is complete without cleaning my coffee table, as I clean this quite literally at least once a day, and I feel like I don't need to tell you guys what I'm going to be using to clean this, as I feel like it's kind of pretty obvious. The same thing I use to clean every shiny or glass surface. And once we've done that, I'm going to finish off with a quick vacuum and I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As I say, this was very much just a quick clean, quick freshen up, not a deep clean, but hopefully it gives you a good idea of how I like to use my favourite cleaning products.